Hey y'all, Southern Sparkler, Rhonda here, and I'm coming to you with another video. This one is helpful diamond painting tools, things that I like to keep within arm's reach of me, or that I use the entire time that I'm painting. Some things are, in my opinion, a must-have, and some are nice to have. But if you're just starting out, you can't get everything all at once. So I'm just going to give you a big overview of what I use and what I like to have close to me for just in case. Okay, so the very first thing is my Doris bead organizer. You just need something to organize your drills in. This is my most used and my favorite. I have 4 of them and lots of the little containers, and I change it up depending on what I have kitted up. Usually I have 2 paintings going at once, so 2 are constantly in use and 2 are ready to be unkitted. I'm actually considering moving to 3, and then I'll have 3 always in use and 1 ready to be unkitted. And with that, I will also say a labeler is a great thing. Any of them will do. This is just one that I've had and have used for years, and I buy the generic off-brand tape for them from Amazon. My favorite is the 6mm clear with black ink. You'll notice on some of these I have the clear with black ink, and on some I have the white. It's just what I happened to grab whenever I was kitting this one up. But I really like the clear the best. And then I can, make spaces, and when I've made copy of my inventory sheet, and sometimes I have to get that off of the canvas, and sometimes they send you an inventory sheet. That way I always have my legend at the ready. So I make a couple of copies. One of them I cut up, and the other I keep close by me while I'm working, so that I can have the symbol on my container as well as in my hand in case I can't see what's on the container very well. Because sometimes I have to put it on the top, and sometimes I get to put it on the side. And if I had the smaller clear, whenever I had kitted this one up, I would have been able to put it all where I could have seen it easily. So that is a not necessarily have to, but nice to have. And again, nice to have. Oops, sorry. Can you still see me? Yeah, you can still see me. Alright, then you need a drill pin. Now, everybody knows the ones that come with the kits. Some of them come with a grip, and some of them come without a grip. Let's see if I've got one close by. I do. Scare me deaf. Give me a hot tag. Alright. So these are what come standard in the kits. This one, in my opinion, is too small for me. It causes severe hand fatigue and cramps. This one I can use a little better than I can use this one, but it still causes fatigue and hand cramps. So I had one that is, actually I have two, that are custom made, and they're made from pen blanks. I get them from Etsy, and I will link the shop down below. It takes a few weeks to get it, but the comfort level of using this versus using one of these is a huge difference. I adore these, and that's why I now have two. So, a good drill pen. Then you have trays. There's nothing wrong with the tray that comes with the kit. Nothing at all. They're fine. But I prefer to have a larger tray. I bought the large trays from AliExpress. And this one is okay. Let me see. This one is okay. The funnel is a little too small, and the drills tend to get caught in the funnel. But it's still better than this one. Again, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that what you prefer. And then I joined a wonderful group on Facebook called Archer's Arts. And they, a husband and wife team, come up with this one. This one is my favorite by far. It is an amazing, amazing tray. The sides are higher. It has a nice wide funnel that the drills don't get caught in. And it even has a little lip on it to help steer them where they need to go. Adore this tray. I have two of them now as well. I also, you have to have a pair of tweezers, and tweezers come with the kits. Not all tweezers are created equal. I keep them all for just in case, because you just never know. But my favorite ones are these. And the only way to get these particular tweezers is to order a kit from Whoacan. I have a few, so I have some back in excess storage. And you use these to pick up bad drills, to straighten them on the canvas, for picking stray hairs off. And you know, I have dogs, so there's constantly stray hairs somewhere, sometimes mine. But these are my favorite tweezers. Again, you need a good set of tweezers. Also, to get little nubbies off of the drills, I have two tools that most every woman at least has. Sure, some men do too. A pair of fingernail clippers and a fingernail file. Sometimes I'm successful when I file it, and sometimes I send the drill flying across the room. It depends. But these will clip off those little nubbies that some drills tend to have. I do not have any that I can show you right now in a tutorial on how to do that, but again, nice to have. If not, you just, you know, have to toss them. So I try to save as many as I can. A pair of scissors. Any will do, because you need them to open up the bags, because some of the bags of drills come like this. Some of them you need them to cut your cover sheet. You need it to cut tape, and those types of things. So a pair of scissors, a couple pairs of scissors, however many you need. Me, I need a bunch, but scissors. Well, throw that on the floor. Along the same lines, tapes. All for different things. Sometimes I use just regular old ordinary Scotch tape for my drill containers to put the symbol on. Sometimes I use it on around the sticky part of the canvas where the legend is. And that is super helpful. In addition, washi tape. Any washi tape will do, and it's just to go around that little edge of your canvas where the sticky is and your drill field is not. That keeps the excess hair off of it. That keeps dirt, dust, your arm from sticking in it, and all that. So just as I work, or whatever section I'm going to work on, I just run that around it. Great tool. Duct tape. It does not have to be fancy duct tape. I just prefer the fancy duct tape because who doesn't want things to be pretty? But I use it to tape my canvas down onto my workspace. I use it to hold my cover paper back while I'm working, or down when I'm not. But duct tape. And since we're still on tapes and measuring tape, this is mine. My mother bought it for me for Christmas a few years back. It was in my stocking and I love it. And this one is handy because it is centimeters on one side and inches on the other. And I use it to measure my drill field when I'm done so that I know what size frame I need to purchase. It's also handy whenever you get a canvas in and you think, wow, I don't think that they told me the truth about the size. So I have this so that I can measure my canvas at various points and times. In addition to the tape to hold all of my canvases down, I have these, I think they're used for quilting, but they work really well to clip onto your light pad and hold the edges of the canvas down. I just line them up, use as many as I need to, all along my light pad to hold the canvas down. And I was buying a little, I don't know, 10, 12 pack for like $8. Sorry. But then I found this one on Amazon, and it comes with a bunch of them. And it's only a couple dollars more, and you get 100 versus, 12. So, again, you don't have to have it, but it's nice to have. So, put them there. And on the subject of light pads, this is one of mine. And this is an A4 light pad. And I used it from March to end of December, January of this year. And then my wonderful husband bought me the A3 for Christmas. So this is my A3 light pad compared to the A2. Huge difference. Right now I'm using both an A3 and an A4. I apologize. A4, A3. with the diamond painting that we're doing the drill with me with. And it's so big that I'm having to butt both of them up to each other so that I don't have to move the canvas or the light pad as much. Also coming in very, very handy. While we're on the subject of light pads, I also have Velcro squares, rectangles, they're rectangles. And I use them on every workspace and on the back of every light pad just to hold it steady so it doesn't slide around. A wonderful tool, Do your research on your light pads because some of them have 3 light settings and some only have 1. My A4 only has 1, so it's on and off. Whereas my A3s have 3 different levels. And most of the time I like it on the highest setting. With my A4, it's just 1 setting and I can't get it any brighter if I need it. Also, I did start out using the pink wax, and then I moved to floral clay, and then I went back to pink wax. So in that, I'm going to give you a little tip. Get a little container that has a lid. Take both sides of this cover off of your pink wax and work it in your hand. Just enough to get it to kind of join together, because you're going to want to put it in whatever size container you've got. And there's something about the heat from your hands and kneading it that changes the consistency of that wax. And I have found that it will last longer in my drilling session by doing that. I can usually work for 3 hours on one fill, so that's a great thing. So another little tip for you. Do like that. I also have a external battery because sometimes you need to be away from where there's a plug. And this will run my light pad for me in those instances. Great, great, great thing. Also really good when the power goes out and I will use it to run my light pad. Yes. This one is a wonderful one. It will run 2 things at the same time. So I love this one. Again, not necessary, but nice to have. Ziploc bags are great to have. I use them to store my drills in that have not been kitted up yet, to keep them organized and separate so that I know which painting they go to. And all I do is, after I have inventoried everything, I will label it with the painting number and whatever I've named it, and put them in there, and then I'll put them in a storage tote, and that keeps them nice and organized. And then this is my little comfort basket, I'd say. I store hand lotion, some healer, because I always like to use healer. Sometimes my fingers will split, and that really helps them. It's just good for all kinds of things. Lip balm, also from Perfectly Posh. And another hand cream. Big fat yummy hand cream. Some gum and some tissues. This is my fancy tool. I don't want to ruin my tweezers, so I get a paper clip and I unfold one curve of it, and this is what I use to get the wax out of the end of my drill pen when I need to change it out. I just stick it in there, pull, and it comes out. And then I'm able to throw that away and load her up again. So that's my ultra fancy drill pen cleaner out tool. Super fancy. Works like a dream. Now, for the moment you all have been waiting for. This is my grinder. Also purchased from Archer's Arts. I will link the group and the store down below. But this is why you need the diamond grinder. Sometimes we get drills that are stuck together. And I don't mean oily drills. I don't mean bad drills. I mean stuck together and you can't get them apart. So I pour them in my grinder. Don't overfill it. Make sure that they're not on the centerpiece. Close my grinder. Don't press. Stops making the noise. You hear it? It's not grinding anymore. Then I take the lid off. Pour them back in the tray. And now, they're not stuck together anymore. Amazing, right? Best investment right there, because it will separate those stuck together drills without much effort. Love, love, love. And I take that back. That is the best, but that's not the last. Also, to take care of staticky drills, dryer sheets or those little freshening beads, and you can also pop them in the freezer for about 10 minutes, 10-20 minutes before you kit up, and that'll help reduce the static. So another little helpful tip for you there. And I use all three interchangeably. So I hope that you've liked my little tutorials and my take on handy dandy tools to have, nice to have. Some are must-haves. Some are you can wait a little while. You don't really need it. But that is what is in my arsenal on the regular now. Amazing things, amazing tools that make the craft that's already super enjoyable much more enjoyable. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, rest of your day whenever you're watching this. And if you haven't already subscribed, I hope you will, and I hope that you will comment, like this video if you liked what you see, and I will talk to you all again very soon. Happy creating, you all.